Welcome to Framework Fortune Crypto. I am your host Ben, and welcome back Framework Fortune community. Now it's been a little wild with the schedule of videos and live streams lately, but we are about back on track and we'll be implementing a new live stream schedule here soon for the crypto channel. But let's not waste any time and dive right in. Today we're going to go through what's happening on a bunch of different coins and what's happening in the markets, as well as take a look at Celsius, a DeFi platform, a little bit later on in the stream. So we've been keeping an eye on Ethereum, seeing if it can break. It couldn't break. So we've been seeing if it can hold this support here. So far it has held, I should say, the support there. It is pushed up today to the 10-day at 27.50 and had a pretty hard rejection. And Bitcoin looks the same way. We have some pretty sharp downtrends in the short term within the overall downtrend. So Bitcoin, Ethereum both need to have some type of rebound. This pullback more than likely is because of the whole war thing with Russia and Ukraine. Europe's involved, everybody's involved, so there's some crazy sentiment, but it's definitely affected the stock market. Dow Jones dropping pretty hard there, dropping below this previous low. So stock market looking very close to falling off of a cliff. And if we crack here, I think that's when we may see people start to realize being in the stock market at the moment, it's not a great idea. Will staying in cryptos work out to be a great idea? Who knows? Only the future will tell, but at least here we already have been selling off way before the stock market. And we've actually held a lot of these support areas better, but we don't look as bad over here. We look like we're not very far from rebounding and breaking out of these downtrends. Same thing I've been saying, it's just not happened yet. We are almost in a March, so the altcoin run has not really happened. We've had some pop up today. Top gainers we got new 27%. DIA up 18%, Wrapped Luna up 13%, API 3, which has been one that has been moving quite a bit. Whoops. Not mean to do all that. Let's get back to the charts. Let's see here. Where did I go? What was I looking for? Let me switch this around. This is backwards. There we go. Now we got it right. Oh yeah, I was looking at what was it? What was it that popped up? Oh, API 3. That's the one that's been popping up. So let's take a look at new real quick. So new just having a bounce, kind of a little double bottom there. Same pattern we're seeing on a lot of plays, where we could very easily see them start to move back up. Because this is pretty low lows for new. Yeah, 40, 50 cent area. That initial rip October last year went all the way up to 240. So that 40, 50 cents area, that's pretty low. So could just be buying because it's low. People in the project may like it. If they've been in it, maybe they're staking new. I'm not that familiar with new. But for whatever reason, buying is coming in, holding it above that 40-cent area. And then with Wrap Luna being up, of course, Luna is up. It popped up to the top of the triangle at 65. Having a little pullback. Does need to break over this triangle soon. Pretty much $65. Well, even if it breaks the triangle, it's going to run into 75. So it needs to break 75. If Luna can break 75, it will start moving back up. We got, looks like, waves, few things up. Here's the API 3. This thing has been ripping. Not really caring what is going on with anything else. Just since the beginning of February has went straight up. Had a big pullback after that huge run and has bounced off the 10-day, threw a wick way up there already today to 790 and has pulled back to 650 currently. So it's very volatile. But there is a downtrend that is going to have to break in the short term if you are watching this for day trades. And I'm actually going to pull this up on my day trading charts probably here in a little bit. If it's that volatile, you know, where it's moving $2-3 in a day at that price, definitely maybe some scalping opportunities. Okay, anyway, I'm going to move that on up to my top watch list for now. So even though there's red in a lot of markets and Ethereum and Bitcoin are not doing wonderful right now, there is still altcoins showing strength like API 3. Cosmos Atom still pulling back, but as I was talking about yesterday, just got to break over that downtrend. Maybe this pattern here, or you know, if we see this disconnection between cryptos and the stock market, Atom could rebound really fast. Let's see what else we got. Gods token has really gotten down there. It's still selling off. Quite a bit of selling happening. The NFT market for Gods is still holding up relatively decently. Even player base is going up. Token holders are going up. We're just not getting more demand than supply at the moment. So Gods are shaking things up, though. Been a couple of updates coming out. Different things happening with that ecosystem and the Immutable X ecosystem as well. So as they are getting cheaper, you know, at this point, they could go lower. They both could go to $1, both could go to 50 cents, but I really, like I've said before, I don't think $1 is going to be I don't think it's going to drop any lower than that, either one of them, but who knows. With all this economic uncertainty, gas prices being high and stuff like that, we could see people sell their NFTs. You know, if a lot of the player base of Gods Unchained doesn't have a lot of money and they've got an NFT that's worth $200 right now, maybe worth it for them to sell. Or these Gods tokens were earning for playing the game and maybe worth it for them to sell right now. So just whatever the case is, we just don't have more demand than supply yet. But I think we're slowly approaching that. And let's see what else we got going on. Axie still down there at $50. Was able to make that double bottom break, but got rejected at the 50-day. It's trying to hold, which is actually may be a bigger double bottom than what we initially thought. But yeah, everything just still kind of in limbo, other than Gods and IMX having a little bit more of a sell-off. at the moment. Let's see what's Guild of Guardians doing. So Guild of Guardians has been selling off as well. It did have a peak up there today, trying to break the downtrend, but until it can break back over 75, that's an NFT play that is one to keep on watch, but it could continue to sell off. Let's see, what else? Where's the old... we'll check Solana. Solana trying to get back above the trend line, but hitting a lot of resistance there. Real quick, let me look over and check something. Okay. I'm in a couple of stock trades still at the moment, so I don't want them to turn around on me. A couple of day trades. Let's see, is there anything else that's kind of up? Suku, no, that's not a possible play. DDX is pretty low as well. Same kind of double bottom play almost there. DRC, that's another NFT play. Starting to look like it's curling down there, fighting a little bottom. Little horse racing game. And let's see, what else we got here? SHIB, same thing. It's still in that triangle, that big overall triangle. I don't do shorting. No, except for, yes, now I am doing a little bit of shorting on a futures prop trading account that I'm working on, which was a video where I talked to a very seasoned futures trader about prop trading accounts. If you don't know what prop trading accounts are, it's simply you show your skill as a trader and somebody will give you money to trade with, and you gotta follow the rules, but you're not trading your own money, so that limits your risk quite a bit. But to go to the Framework Fortune Home YouTube channel, and you'll be able to check that video out. The thing is called Earn a Trade. But other than that, that's the only shorting that I've done. I'm just not a big shorter. And I just literally started that futures trading account this morning, yeah, the first trades were late in the, well, I guess late last night, early morning, whatever, and then my final trade to pass my first day or whatever, because there's a profit goal I was able to hit earlier. So yeah, I mean, if you want to know about shorting, I can tell you whatever you want to know about it for the most part, except for on the crypto side. I have not gotten into shorting on the crypto side yet. I don't think none of the brokers I have has shorting like Coinbase. I don't think they have shorting. But I have seen the short tokens. They're kind of, like a digital inverse ETF or something, but for cryptocurrencies. Look down through here, see if there's anything interesting that pops out to me. Sometimes I like to scan these charts. See Voyager token, that's still downtrend. That thing, since they switched Voyager token, they did the swap. That thing has just not been able to hold up. And that swap, they changed the coin mechanics, or I should say the token mechanics, a little bit. And that was my big concern about Voyager. I am still pretty concerned About Voyager too, because they are a Canadian company. So it's a Canadian centralized exchange with everything going on there now. It may be, you know, you may want to do some research and think about looking at Voyager a little bit differently, because I'm not quite as crazy about Voyager as I was. And I'm not just talking about the token, I'm talking about the trading app. It's supposed to be a desktop platform, but that was supposed to come out, it seems like, a while ago, and that still hasn't come out. So there's been several reasons why Voyager's not been meeting my expectations as a token and as a project or whatever it is. It's centralized, so it's not really a project, I guess. Let's see. Okay, let's see what else is up that I did not see. CTX. What is CTX? I don't think CTX is on my watch list for Coinbase. Get back to cryptos. CTS. No, not C. Isn't that what it was? CTS? No, CTX, not CTS. There we go. No, I don't want the euro. Give me the Coinbase chart. So this is one that looks like it came out January 25th on Coinbase. Been downtrending the whole entire time. But it has had some big pops, even in the downtrends. This was from what, 750 all the way up to 1060. This little pop here was 688 all the way up to 888. This pop here was 685 all the way up to 943. And today, it looks like it just kind of hit a new low yesterday. Of course, this is on the Coinbase chart, so this play has more chart behind it than just this. But finding some support at $6. A little double bottom there. Both the bodies of the bottom of the body of these candles sitting right there on $6. If that could re-break 650, we might see it have another one of those little pop-ups to this downtrend in like 750 or something. I want to put that one on watch as well. Let's go find out how much supply and what CTX is. Cryptex Finance. So it seems like a DeFi play. Oh wow, only 2.8 million in supply and circulation. Total supply is 10 million. So this is a very, very low supply coin. That would explain those big price swings. So Cryptex Protocol. Let's go see what this is. Cryptex.finance. Okay, world's first total crypto market cap token. What? No, that, what? What's going on here? I'm very confused. Total crypto market token. So TC TCAP 175. Let's see. What is TCAP? I don't care about KeyTap or TCAP. I want to know about Cryptex's thing. It is in beta. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is the right play. There's the CTX. So, what is the deal with this token? Can I know a little bit more? I don't know what this TCAP is. I just want to know what Cryptex is, but that seems to be CTX governance. Oh, here we go. CTX token. There we go. So the TCAP is a fully decentralized ERC20 compatible smart contract that tokenizes real-time total market capitalization from all cryptocurrencies and token listed on the largest crypto data providers in the world. So this basically is kind of like the SPY for cryptos. It's kind of like an index fund where you're getting, get out of here. You know, it's probably going to show price movements of how the overall market is moving. But let's see, CTX is the governance token that powers and secures the TCAP protocol developed by Cryptex. Holders of CTX can vote on protocol upgrades for total cap, market cap token, TCAP, as well as future products with Cryptex ecosystem. Yeah, so how do I get to that? Let me see here. They've got to have more of a website. No? Yeah, Cryptex. ETH CTX incentivized pool is now live. So this project is brand new. So maybe when it did hit Coinbase, it didn't have too much behind it. It's interesting. Let's see, where did it go? Where did you go? There you are. I'm interested in that low supply. I'm going to bookmark it. Maybe one we look into later. That TCAP thing is certainly interesting. But it's definitely one that'll be very volatile and make for some decent trades, I think. Some day trades, intraday trades. Get this back in order. There we go. Let's see, API 3, yep. And CTX. NMR still deciding which way it wants to go, but NMR does have an uptrend now on the daily chart. That continues. Ooh, I don't want a yellow line. I want a green line. If that continues up, actually, I'm gonna start using it. I might start using yellow lines. I don't know. Anyway, that needs to just break over 35, and it could start going again. Similar to what I was saying the other day, it's starting to uptrend against what the stock market is doing because of the stock market AI coin. What's up, Mike B? How's it going, buddy? So, you know, we just got to wait and see what Ethereum and Bitcoin does on that front. Now, the project I do want to get in today and check out is called Celsius. And this is a DeFi, I think, type of deal. So we're going to go into that now. So you can double digit rate on USDC, Celsius. They got refer and earn. Let's pull up Celsius on CoinGecko and see what the supply is. I think this is the same one. Yeah, this is the same one. 423 million in supply. Total supply is 694 million. Here we go. And Celsius does have app on Apple and Google Play. There's currently 18.9 billion in assets in Celsius, 1.6 million Celsius users, 836 million plus yield and rewards paid since launch. They got a global reach of 150 countries. They are registered with FinCEN in the U.S., so you can use them in the U.S. They're security certified, 24/7 customer service. They've been featured all over the place. Looks like even Pomp is talking about them. Yeah, what's up, Mike B? I can stop anytime and answer any questions. You know, it's no big deal. What's up, Assad? You could try. No, I don't. See, that's a thing that is going to lose effect. Like, this is something I'm pretty firm on, and I would debate other people about if they wanted to have this debate. But I think this following we see behind Bitcoin doesn't make any sense, right? So there's a lot of coins that do follow Bitcoin pretty specifically, and a lot of those are on the Bitcoin blockchain or part of it or helping with it, stuff like that. But the problem with this is, you know, those coins, yeah, those will probably continue to follow what Bitcoin does. But anything else outside of Bitcoin, you know, Cosmos Atom does not move at all like Bitcoin. This is the daily chart there. You know, Bitcoin's been in that sharp downtrend. Where's Atom at? Oh, here we are. No, right. What am I looking at? What's wrong with my brain right now? There it is. Oh, somewhere there. You know, you see Atom is on a lot better uptrend than Bitcoin is. Now, you know, short term it did have a pullback, but everything has been pulling back in the crypto markets. But that's not necessarily because of Bitcoin, because the stock market has been pulling back as well. So there's been a investor sentiment connection between the U.S. stock market and Bitcoin. And then, of course, there's always been this sentiment of all coins follow Bitcoin. But Cosmos Atom, you know, that's one example where it doesn't do what Ethereum or Bitcoin does. It's kind of on its own little path. And there's going to be projects like that. And Ethereum itself shouldn't have anything really to do with Bitcoin. It's its own separate chain with its own separate dApps. You know, they're not alike at all. So that's why I don't see why this sentiment continues. But this is a psychological sentiment that will change as Bitcoin loses market cap dominance. Right? Because right now, Bitcoin is the leader of market cap dominance, but it can't be the leader. Well, it could be the leader forever, but it can't be the only thing, you know, with all the market cap. If that's the case, then no other altcoins would be able to go up or anything like that. Like, it's going to have to share some market cap. Every single coin cannot have trillion-dollar market caps all at the same time. That's not possible. So, like, there's going to be some give and take of that, and I think we're going to see this split first from the sentiment of the stock market and cryptos. I think that's going to be the first thing. I think we're already starting to see it. That's what I was talking about earlier, where Ethereum and Bitcoin are uptrending. They've been sold off, but their charts don't look nearly as bad as the stock market. Right? That's the stock market. Yeah, and if you scroll back and compare it to like Bitcoin and all of that, it's like this, it's way off of this line, but you just keep going back on the stock market until you see where the real truth of things are, and we're like way, 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 way up here, way higher, than crypto. So I'm first looking for that disconnect from the stock market. And then I think we'll start to see, when people realize that disconnect, as some of these other projects grow, like Solana, like Avalanche, Crypto.com, maybe Binance Smart Chain, these different ecosystems, they're going to grow. And as they grow and we start to see them steal some market cap from Bitcoin, then we'll stop seeing Bitcoin as the head runner. So I think that's all going to happen probably this year. We're just in times right now where things are changing dramatically all across the board. So investor sentiment is just, there's still a lot of investors who don't even believe that cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin or blockchain technology, they've not researched it, and they think it's trash. So until a lot of that money gets convinced otherwise. Let's see. Yeah, Avalanche would be one that, well, no, Avalanche shouldn't follow Bitcoin. Let's compare it and see here before we jump back into Celsius. Let's stay in the week chart, and let's see. Both of these, I'm going to go by alphabetical order so I can find these faster. Okay, there's Avalanche. Take that line off. Still got that downtrend. I think we can stretch it out a little bit. And then your uptrend on Avalanche right there with the 50-day moving average. Let's pull up, I think I can pull up a second chart. Yeah, there we go. And let's change this guy to, how do I change it? First, let me turn this back to a bar chart, because it's going to drive me. We're going to compare, so we don't want it to be different. Let's see. Oh, here it is. No, is that appearance? Symbols. Oops. Where? Should be a simple. It's saying line, but I don't want it to be a line chart. I want it to be a candle chart. What do you think? Well, anyway, let me just pull up Bitcoin. I haven't used these split charts yet on here, so I'm struggling. There we go. There's Bitcoin. We're on a daily. Let's go. Can I change this time frame at least on this side? No. All right. Let's just change it. Oh, right here. Right here. I see how it's working. Never mind. All right. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I knew it was something simple. Candles. All right. Now we're good. Now we can compare these two side by side. And let's see how close they are to each other. So they both, Bitcoin is below the 50-day moving average and the Avalanche is above the 50-day moving average. They both have had a sell-off, but like I said, this sell-off on both of them is the same sell-off that's been happening in all the markets except for gold, silver, oil, and other commodities. And like some of the cryptos that are still doing pretty good. So this sell-off is, this Bitcoin is following the same thing as the stock market. This sell-off was happening. Well, actually, Bitcoin started selling off before the stock market really started dropping. Is the stock market following Bitcoin? Is that maybe the thing? Who knows? But, I mean, it's kind of similar. Like if you just look at it from like, right, what is that? July of last year, and this is July of last year there. Yeah, I'm going to take the drawings off real quick too. The only difference I see, besides Avalanche having no, so if you look at it from there, actually, Bitcoin looks like a big head and shoulders pattern. And Avalanche maybe not so much. Like I said, the 50-day on Avalanche is below the candles where it's above it there. So I mean, there is going to be a lot of plays that will look similar. Oops, let me go back to Bitcoin and I'll change the other chart. Where'd you go, Bit? There we go. So let's see. Let's compare Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's see how they look. Where's Ethereum? There you are. So there's, let's see. There's Ethereum. There's Bitcoin. And they do move very similar for now. But again, you look at Ethereum, that previously, this was on May 17th, and this was around that same time. So there's a couple of ways to look at it. The biggest difference is Bitcoin ran into a lot of resistance at 60,000. Ethereum was able to continue to rip, and the main resistance was like 2,000 before that, but Ethereum doubled in price off of that first big rip, and then when we had to pull back to the 50, we almost went to 5,000. So Ethereum's growing because the price is cheaper, and that community, or well, I don't even want to say community, it's a global giant thing now, continues to grow. So again, this is another reason why I'm not bullish that much on Bitcoin. I'm bullish on altcoin projects just because Bitcoin doesn't really have much going on other than the argument that it is Bitcoin is the first and it's scarce. But I think there are better projects that could be a lot better gains personally than Bitcoin, like Cosmos Atom. Let's see, is Cardano follow? Oh, damn it, I did it again. Let me go back to BTC. There we go. See, there's Crow. Like, right now, Bitcoin's big hard swings will pull other coins down. But if the other coins are bullish and it just pulls them back down to a support area, then they could bounce while Bitcoin continues to sell off. That's another possibility. Oops. These split charts. There we go. Just got to click. Just remember to click. That's all you got to do. All right, so there's NMR. Now you see NMR on the weekly chart doesn't quite look like Bitcoin at all, does it? You know, Bitcoin had 2 peaks. NMR had 3 peaks. So it has sold off, like everything else is sold off, so it's not really saying much. But that one's a different looking chart. Why does it keep putting me back on Bitcoin? I must be clicking there. This is just terrible. You guys should just cuss me out on the stream right now in the chat for all this nonsense I'm doing. Okay. Of course, Dogecoin is going to follow Bitcoin. Anything that's forked from Bitcoin is probably going to follow Bitcoin no matter what happens in the future. Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Dogecoin, Shiba well, I think Shiba is based off Ethereum, isn't it? Not but Bitcoin. I don't know. I can't remember which one Shiba's. You'll have to remind me. What's up, Lauren? For day trading purposes, yeah. I mean, you could. It depends on the coin, right? So, like right now, Bitcoin has been selling off today. Let me go into a shorter time frame. Whoops. Because I didn't realize you were talking about for day trading. For day trading, you could. You could do what you're talking about. As long as those sentiments stay the same. So there's Bitcoin on the daily. But you see on the daily here, like, Bitcoin is coming down right now on this daily candle and it's red. Shiba is green at the moment. So that's why I say, if it's a coin that follows Bitcoin and is following Bitcoin, sure. But if it's one that is up on the day while Bitcoin is down, then it's not following on the intraday terms. Like, we look at this 15-minute here on Shiba, and then we'll flip this to a 15-minute. Now, see this big candle pullback on Bitcoin, that did just happen on Shiba too. The EMAs are not in the same place though, but yeah, you know, see that's the thing too you got to worry about. If you're going to trade on days like this, where Bitcoin is testing these support areas, you could be in a trade and it could all of a sudden, you know, just slam down on you and ruin the trade. But Shiba is not a good one to look at because Shiba's barely up. Let's look at API 3. It's yanking that one down. That one was bouncing up. But it has a 200-day right there in the way at 650. So it has resistance anyway. So, that's something you gotta, I gotta ask myself: is this a rejection off of this 200-day, or is this a rejection pullback because Bitcoin just all of a sudden pulled back? $500? Let's just see how this intraday as Bitcoin's going up. Because it's not something I've really paid that much attention to other than overall purposes. But looking at it on a micro level like this, trading intraday, you could just literally have this setup, one on one side and one on the other. If they are going to follow each other that close. Let's see, let's check some other charts. I was kind of... See, what was the top gainer? The top gainer was new. Okay, so see, I was trying to find an example. Everything was following Bitcoin for a minute there. New was on a nice uptrend, where before Bitcoin was on a downtrend. Now, it did just have a sell-off when Bitcoin yanked back. Let's see, that was at 17, and this sell-off started at 6. Actually, this started selling off before Bitcoin started selling off. So this sell-off was probably exaggerated by the Bitcoin sell-off. But this guy is up right now. That's two totally different charts right there. On new versus Bitcoin. That's what I'm saying. Ones that are up on the day. Look at Keep. Yeah, see, like Keep looks nothing like Bitcoin today. So what it seems to be to me is the plays that are up and have volume at the moment, in these current crypto market conditions, which could change at any times. This is almost literally opposite of Bitcoin. Look at how the EMAs are all, like the EMAs are where they're supposed to be right now here on Keep. And then to the downside, they're where they're supposed to be. There's like not any, it's kind of crazy. That it looks like it's bouncing. But that I don't think it's bouncing because of anything to do with Bitcoin. It just looks like that on this. I think I was drawing too much straws. Yeah, because here was earlier today, it ran into some resistance at 65 cents, and that's when it started pulling back off. But that is an interesting point. Try it out. Let me know how it goes, Mike. If it works good for you, don't change it. If it doesn't work for you, then back to the drawing board. That's what we do as traders. Eventually, though, I don't think this is going to be the case where where most of the coins are following like this close with Bitcoin. I don't see that being the thing. All right, so let's hop back into Celsius. No, it's a good observation. There's nothing wrong with it. You did right by pointing that out. That's what we want to do, is be able to recognize patterns like that in any trading, whether it be the stock market or futures trading or crypto trading. Technical analysis is the damn same. I don't care what anybody says. It's the same. It's the same on all of them. These candlesticks are just candlesticks. That's all they are. Everything else doesn't matter what it is you're trading. So yeah, let's pop back into Celsius here. I want to finish off checking this one out. Let's see, where was we at? I think this is where we were at. So earn up to 17% APY paid every week. Let's take a look here and see. Here they're United States rates. So you can get, looks like, so if you're an accredited investor, you can get more rewards. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, Celsius. You're making me mad. There shouldn't be reward. Like, if that's the case, screw Celsius. I'll just go and put my stuff on other platforms. Now, you can gain 5% interest on Pax Gold. That's interesting. Yeah, no, I don't like this. Just automatically because of this, I'm not looking at this anymore. That is not what I want to see in a crypto project. This is not going to help decentralization by following stupid government rules like accredited investor. What is the difference between an accredited investor and a non-accredited investor? You've done some tax, and like your taxes show that you've made some profits multiple years in a row over a certain amount, so you can become accredited investor. Why that has anything to do with cryptos, I don't know, because Cosmos Kepler wallet does not care about whether I'm accredited or not. This does not sit well with me for decentralization. So sorry, Celsius, you can go away. No. Nope. Alright, let's get back to a normal chart for now. And if you guys have any more questions or any charts you want me to look at, we'll give the stream about 7 more minutes here. Then I'm going to call it a day. Like I said, we're just waiting to see what Ethereum and Bitcoin do. Ethereum on this shorter time frame on the 15-minute. That was looks like yesterday's bottom. It's trying to find support at like 25.80. You can see all these previous 15-minute candles right there that held up as support in that area, and that current buying volume trying to hold it up. We may see, let's see. So here's a problem, and this is, you can see this over the last week on this 15-day or 15-minute candle chart. This little line right here, we're actually going to turn all these red because they're all above, so they're all resistance. But that line right there has been trouble for Ethereum for the past week. And we just had that same rejection again today. So if it doesn't hold right here, because there's a little bit of support from this little peak and this little, or not peak I should say, but dip. This little dip and that little dip at like 25.75, like we were saying a minute ago. If it can hold this up right here, it could bounce right back up. But if it doesn't hold right here, we're going to see it come back down and test 2,500. Looking at that, looking at the 15-minute. But remember, you got to always, you can't just look, even even if you're intraday trading, even if you're day trading, on a 5-minute chart or something, you still want to look at the daily chart and look at some higher time frames, because see how the picture changes when we look at the daily chart. We've got a big ugly wick here, and we are getting this double top on Ethereum, both these bodies. So it's a whole different picture. And we go into an hour chart. And look back, we can see more of that support in different pictures. When you're trading, no matter whether it be day trading, swing trading, or whatever, your highest time frame is going to be your cover of the book. So if you're trading intraday without looking at the cover of the book, you basically have no idea what you're reading. So just remember that. What's up, Orlando? How's it going, buddy? What was that one play, though? Before I go here, I'm going to take a look at it again and see if there's going to be a possible trade. Oh, yeah, it was API 3. This boy has been the volatile one. That or CTX. Let's see. That's CTX on the hour chart. API 3. Now I'm going to stick with the API 3 for now for a possible day trade at some point. I want to see the 650 hold up. If it can't hold up here, then I may wait and see if it holds up $6 later tonight as support, because that's where the 200-day moving average is. Just to see if I can get a quick bounce back up to the trend line. So if I get it at 650, up to the trend line would be about 730. That'd be 80 cents a coin. Or if I can get it off of $6 and it bounces, that'd be almost $1.27 a coin. There's a little bit of a short-term intraday uptrend there. Interesting. Yeah, so I don't know. If I take a trade on API 3, I'll let you guys know in the Discord. So if you haven't yet, go join the Discord. All you got to do is sign up at frameworkfortune.com, free with your email, and go to the Discord tab and click the join button. That is it. But we do that to keep spammers and all that other nonsense out of the way. But yep, I will be back. What are we doing? Tomorrow we'll be back in the morning for live stock trading on Framework Fortune YouTube home channel. We will be on the Framework Crypto channel and Twitch here tomorrow for Gods Unchained. A whole lot of updates changed with the cards that dropped in today. I covered that last night on the channel. If you haven't seen it and you are a Gods player, go check that out. So we'll be on here probably a couple hours tomorrow for some Gods Unchained as I'm trying to get everything refixed because a lot of stuff changed. But yep, you guys know where to find me. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there.